I'm Asa Swift, and you're watching Asa Swift's Haunted Places. Today I have a treat for you. We are going in the infamous, very haunted, Asher Walton mansion in Atlanta, Indiana. And I guess I forgot about the place for a while. I was thinking about the Rhodes Hotel, and I did read about the place, and just kind of, I don't know, just got slipped my mind. And we got to thinking about the other day when we were researching places on the internet, and decided that we need to get up here and do a video on it. And we're gonna tour the mansion today, and probably later on we're going to see if we can set up an investigation later on, possibly December, maybe the beginning of next year. But we would like to do an investigation here. And I have a couple of paranormal groups in mind that I do associate with, and friends of mine, and we may get that done. But today we're going to go on a tour of Asher Walton Mansion, built in 1868. We're going to learn about its history. We're going to learn about the hauntings, and we're going to take a look on the inside and just see how beautiful it is. And it is. This was a very wealthy man at the time. So remember to share, like, and subscribe, and hit that bell reminder so that you'll be notified when we have a new video up. So if you follow me, we're going to go inside and check it out. Ready? Let's go. Nice squeak.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. You bring all the gear. Yeah, we got a little bit of it. We left most of it at home. You take card, plastic?
Cash.
Cash?
Yeah, we'll take cash. I'll give you the change.
Don't need any.
Okay,
I'm good.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
This is us.
Okay, all right.
I write horror stories.
I got you.
And I do this. My YouTube channel.
Well, I'm Keith Fournier. I'm the curator of the house.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ian.
Nice to meet you. What's your name again?
Actually, my real name's David McConaughey.
Okay,
that's the name I write under.
Okay. Well, come on in. The tours don't take long. Surprised you guys don't rent places and do ghost hunting.
That's what we're considering in the future. Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. To do we do that, and
Yeah.
we're thinking about doing this place too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gather the funds together. You know, get a couple people.
Yeah.
absolutely. Because
I've got a couple paranormal groups that I associate with, and so we're going to set something out.
Yeah, because you'll get the full money doing that. We just had a paranormal team leave here this morning. So they came last night about 5, and they just left about an hour ago. So anyways, welcome to Asher Walton House. The house has been was built here in 1868, and took 4 years to build. And Asher Walton did feel that American craftsmen could build it in a way that he wanted it built. So he hired German and Belgian craftsmen to come over from overseas and live here for 4 years to build this house. All the woodwork is 7 layers thick, all the trim. All the fireplaces are Belgian marble with the real cast iron grates. All the floors are original. They've been, of course, refinished, but they're all original floors. The windows on the outside are some of the original windows. Most of them are. They're double pane, none of them open, and they're that old wavy glass.
Kind of when you look through them, they're wavy.
The doors, everything's all original. The house, he built the house. This is Asher right here, and he built it for his wife Julia. He was soon to marry Julia, and he worked for Julia's father for a while in the general store. He became so prosperous at what he did, he actually bought both lumber mills here in town, the flour mill, or the grist mill as it was called, and took over the general store. Then he opened the first bank here in town. He had a lot to do with the railroad coming to town, and he just kind of expanded from there. And so he wanted to build a house to kind of impress his wife and his business associates. And so at that time, when he built this house, it was one of the largest houses in the state of Indiana.
I can believe that.
Yeah, and he spent a small fortune building it, especially for that time. So Asher and Julia had 6 children, 2 that died at birth, then 2 sons that lived and 2 daughters that lived. They grew up and all got married and had children. Some of them married twice with children. And so all of them were living here on the property. So they had 3 generations living here at one time. They had another house on the property, which is that house next door, which is now occupied by a family. That house used to be part of this property. They had a coach and stagecoach and horse barn behind the property. And pretty much this whole city block was part of their compound. And they sold it off in pieces over the years. This is one of, if not, I think it's the second oldest house in town, or second most building in town. There's a little house right behind this one that's a couple of years older than this one, and that was on the original property also. But this house was built kind of out of love for his wife and to raise a family. And we believe that's also why it's still haunted, because he built this house out of love. They grew up here, and they're still attached to this property. We have a lot of spirits that seem to be lingering in the house, and they do a lot of things. They open and close doors. They're heard laughing, playing, moving things around, popping balloons, all kinds of. Every type of paranormal activity you can think of was caught here, except evil kind. There's nothing evil here. Nothing.
That's good. That's
like
good.
this door right there with the
stained glass.
and the crack.
Yeah. Well, that actually was done because somebody shut the door too hard.
Oh, really?
The stained glass is not original to the house. There was glass in all the areas that you now see stained glass, but it was Italian etched glass.
Wasn't there some footage of one of these doors opening?
The back door.
Back door.
Yeah, back door flew open one night about 3 in the morning, and we lost all the heat in the house, and we thought it was kicked in from the outside at first. And then we replayed the cameras. We have cameras throughout the entire house, and found out it was open from the inside. It was unlocked and open from the inside. And then right after it was open, we could hear a man and a woman talking. Actually, they were fighting. We could hear them in this next room, the next room, and the room that it happened in. So we had various cameras. Because all the cameras have mics on them too. So it was quite amazing. The door flew open pretty violently and actually cracked the back door. Broke the hinges too. So yeah, it's pretty forceful. We've had a lot of stuff like that happen. We've had kitchen cupboards break and such. But I'll show you all that as we get to it. But I've been a paranormal investigator for over 30 years, and I've collected a lot of stuff over the years, and my wife and I both collect it. And of course, we have the company Paranormal Dares, so we travel the entire country.
Yeah, I've said it on Facebook and
doing paranormal events, and we've collected some things. We've got our haunted dolls here. That's Maggie you're looking at. This is the no-eyed girl because her eyes are rolled back in her head. And this is Belle that we got from the Bell family down in Tennessee at the Adams, in Adams, Tennessee. That's the Bell Witch Farm down there. So, so those dolls all kind of have a history of being bought, brought back, bought again, brought back, things going wrong with them. We have various haunted items in our case here also from different parts of the country. We've got murderers that are still in prison, and different types of things. There's sage and holy water and crystals, and just kind of a variety of different things we've collected over the years. Yeah. That we don't do it to add haunted activity in the house. We do it more of a, I guess, so people can look at the stuff and have you know, it's talk about it kind of thing. And then my wife's father's ashes are up on top, and she believes he kind of looks over all of it and keeps it in check. Yeah. So, but Maggie girl there, she's from Post-Town School. That's the only doll that's actually... Yeah, I'm familiar with that. Yeah, that's the only doll that's actually scared anybody out of the house. A team was in here and they said they saw her move. And they actually went outside to their cars and called me and said they weren't coming back in the house to talk.
I would probably do the same thing.
They said she rotated and looked at them and they all saw it happen.
Yeah, I'd get out. Yeah.
But... yeah, I don't know. I can't prove it. I didn't catch it on camera, so
maybe somebody in the family is having a little fun.
Maybe that's kind of what I think. But anyway, so this room we're standing in used to be the parlor. This was called the women's parlor. I know on in the years in the 1900s, they actually let people from here in town have their funeral showings in this room. So this is where they had the bodies when they brought the bodies in for the showings. Now it's kind of acts as our living room. And we'll kind of move over here. These doors still do open. We try not to open the shut too much because the hinges will get messed up.
But they've done a good job with floors. The floors are gorgeous.
Oh yeah, yeah. The house is very well maintained over the years. Believe it or not, it was bought and sold about 20 times over the years. Wow. The current owners had it for about 13 years, and he had an office in this room initially. And he had a computer and everything set up in here, which is still sitting over there. And he worked in here for about a month and then decided that the activity in the house, the voices and such that he was hearing, was a little much for him. And he left this and just let it sit for the next 12 years. Sat here empty. And then when my wife and I got involved with him, we investigated the house, caught an enormous amount of evidence, so we decided to go ahead and fix it up so paranormal teams could enjoy it also. So that room you're standing in, this used to be the music room that we're standing in. They had a baby grand piano in here, and there was a death in this room. Over on that side of the room, a local reverend died in this room, which was married to one of the daughters. He passed away in this room. That room used to be the living room, and that door there used to be the front door. So people would come and go there. And the house actually faced Main Street. Still has a Main Street address, 100 East Main, even though it faces now Railroad Street. So, so this was the main living room. A lot of things that happen here is that door and this door open and close quite often. Usually it's one and then the other. It's either this one first and then that one, or that one first and then this one. It's always in succession. Yeah. And they're very polite. They open them and close them.
Well, probably because the old days the heating wasn't what it is now, and you had to close the door to keep the...
You're correct. Yeah. So we think they're just kind of passing through, and they still open and shut doors.
Yeah. That's
and that's Drop Dead Fred there. He hangs out, and we bought him flowers recently to match him. So, most of the teams that come here, a lot of them leave cards, some of them don't, but they also put their experiences here in this book. Last
Well, I'll
team
put
was
an
here.
extra one up there.
All right, and they kind of write in the book what their experiences were the night before. So it's kind of nice for the people that are coming in to actually read. There you go. Stick one of these on it there. You're good to go. And we'll go in here. So this was the dining room, and it still is very much a dining room. You notice there's balloons everywhere in the house. The children, spirits that are here, seem to like to push, pop, play with the balloons, move them around the house. So there's balloons all over the house. Every team that comes here brings them and puts them somewhere. But this room still has the axe marks on the floor over here where they used to chop wood. It actually chipped the tile.
Yeah, I can see, yeah.
Wood there. So this room was their family dining room. This is the door you were talking about that flew open.
Yeah, okay.
And in the video, when you listen to it, you can actually hear this particular lock. You hear it open, and then the door just flies open violently. There is a door on the other side of it that was still deadbolted. So
Yeah.
So it had to have been open from the inside.
it was definitely the inside.
Yeah, because there was an outside door and it was locked.
And actually, that mirror, the way the camera angle was at the time, we could see the reflection in that mirror. So when the door opened, we could see straight outside. There was nothing out there.
Yeah.
So pretty crazy. It was kind of bad because we lost all the heat in the house, and it was like 20 degrees outside.
Oh, man.
And it was 3 in the morning, of course. So the house got instantly freezing cold, and then we did not like that type of paranormal activity, only because it was an outside door,
Yeah.
and that's the door you don't want to
Yeah.
come open by itself. So now the door cannot open. We have another lock on here, and the hinges are actually broke from that incident, so the door just doesn't open at all now.
So yeah, that flew open very violently.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
We do have a camera system throughout the house. We can see not every room, but almost every room in the house. And paranormal teams that come in can monitor the house from here.
I was wondering about that. Yeah, I did see that on the video.
Yeah, so we let them use the monitor and use our camera system. A lot of teams out there can't afford their own camera systems.
Yeah.
They're very expensive. So we have that they can use. You don't have to worry about hurting it. You can't go back and rewind or take anything off it. So teams write down things they see on pencil and paper, and then we go in and watch it for them the next day or the day after. And then if there's anything paranormal, we'll actually put it on a disk drive and send it to them.
Yeah, okay.
So,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so they don't
definitely.
have to have their own DVR system.
Yeah, because the cameras are expensive. I got 4 cameras, and they're all each different kinds for different purposes. But yeah, they ain't cheap.
Oh, I know. I've got cases full all over.
I mean,
the
even
place.
cheap ones ain't cheap.
Oh, I know. Well, I've got them as much as $2,800. They're very expensive.
Yeah.
We supply chips and treats and stuff for all the teams that come in.
Okay.
We'll go in here.
All right.
So we have a laundry room, and this is the only working bathroom in the house here. So this room and the laundry room together used to be a breakfast nook. So back in the day, there was no bathroom down here.
Yeah.
It was this room and the next room, and that was called the breakfast nook.
Do we know where the outhouse was?
Yeah, it was out back next to the horse stables.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So, but now these are 2 separate rooms, obviously, and we try to give all the teams that come in a nice working.
That would be something interesting to excavate, because people threw their old bottles and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That would be ancient now.
Well, we found some old bottles on site already. There was also a cistern outside.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's
so-
Hannah houses go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a breakfast nook. That was the dining room, and then the kitchen was very much like it is today. Minus the modern conveniences.
Yeah.
The cabinets were similar back then. We were told this by Asher Walton's great niece, who came here to visit. She's in her 80s. She had not been in the house since she was 12 years old.
Wow.
And she came here and told us stories about different things. They used to have a chimney here, a double chimney actually, went up, and they had 2 ovens in each side of the chimney. and they said Mrs. Walton, Julia was her name. She used to come in and bake bread for her family every morning here in the kitchen.
Huh.
And they had a hand pump right here to pump into a basin for water, which was very modern in 1868.
Yeah.
It was almost like indoor.
My
plumbing.
grandma had one of those. Now she had a hand pump, and it was there when I was like 4 or 5, so it was 1964, 65, and she actually had an old stove.
Yeah.
And I was just enthralled with that.
Oh, yeah.
And I learned what if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen means.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they actually had cast iron potbelly stoves in many of the bedrooms upstairs. They had them all throughout the house, and then they had all the pipes run into the chimneys. All the fluids run into the big chimneys. There's a couple pieces of glass broken, one here and one there. That was both from paranormal activity. The cupboards opened very slowly and then slammed shut very hard and broke the glass. Those were both caught on camera. Pretty amazing stuff. One happened when just my wife and I were here, and then the other one happened when a team was actually here. So and that startled them pretty good.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, we'll go upstairs from here.
Okay.
That'll give you a jolt.
Yeah, we do have a basement here. We don't allow teams to go down there just because it's hazardous, but it's only the size of this kitchen.
Really?
Literally.
As a
It's just
stone or?
it's sandstone. It's just a little sandstone basement, like a cellar. You're welcome to look down there, but there's nothing down there really, just a bunch of junk. But it's the stairway's kind of treacherous, and the ceiling's very low, and so
Grandpa don't need to
yeah.
to go check those steps, but you want to take.
I'll point the camera down there.
Yeah, the steps are very, very short, and it's kind of treacherous, so we kind of keep it off.
Yeah, I could see that.
And you'll smack your head a lot down because the pipes are all hanging out.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's that. So we'll go upstairs here and I'll give you the nickel tour up there.
I'm really glad that there are people that, for whatever reason that they have to come up with, that preserve these places.
Oh yeah.
This isn't just fun or investigation, paranormal stuff. It's history.
Oh, it is. It's absolutely a piece of history.
What they call paved paradise, put up a parking lot. This is the little part of paradise here.
Absolutely.
This the craftsmanship. Imagine how much it would cost to build a house.
Carpenters in here that said just the woodwork alone throughout the house.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
If they could recreate it, would be over $1 million.
Yeah.
It's all hardwoods too, and it's all mahogany, red oak, white oak.
Yeah.
So it's all solid hardwoods.
Yeah.
And that's probably why the house has stood so long. We do have this little room. We call it the Harry Potter room. This little chair. People go in there, sit in the chair, and when you shut the door with the light on and turn around, there's a scrying mirror on this wall.
Oh, okay.
Where they come in and talk in the mirror and see if anything appears behind them.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, take a little glance.
Typical under the stairs, storage.
Yeah, I call it the Harry Potter room because you know Harry Potter, he had the room under the stairs. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah, just a little nook.
Little room.
I love the old porcelain doorknob.
Yeah. I'll let you gentlemen head upstairs, and if you'll go to the room on the right at the top of the stairs, just watch your step.
All right.
Now, originally, of course, these stairs were not carpeted; they were just solid.
Yeah.
Solid wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, just these handrails alone, we've had carpenters tell us would be nearly impossible to make.
Yeah.
Wow.
So back then, they didn't have machinery to do it; it was all done by hand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that would cost so much to make that.
Yep.
Even with machinery, it would still cost a lot.
So that's a little sitting area. Now, back in the day, they had a bookshelf on this wall, giant bookshelf, and they had an organ over on that side.
Wasn't there a report of a woman seen looking
Woman
out
in
this
white,
window?
yeah, that was the
Yeah.
one that was actually here. The windows in this room is the ones you see looking out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's seen looking out these windows here, and
That's a cool bunk bed.
yeah, that's an adult bunk bed.
Oh,
So
okay.
all the beds in the
I didn't know
house.
there was such a thing.
Yeah, it's heavy duty. It'll hold 350 pounds top and bottom. So all the beds in the house are sleepable. So when teams come, we just ask you bring your own linens or sleeping bags.
Yeah.
Plenty of beds to sleep on.
So the lady that sometimes occupies the suit, does she look at a particular window or both?
Both sometimes. It really just depends. They say it's Rose Walton. I don't know that for a fact, but we just know it's a woman in a white dress, older lady in a white dress, like a Victorian type dress. Many townspeople over the years, I'm talking 70, 80, 100 years, have seen this happen. I personally have never seen it. I have seen the curtains open by themselves many times. So we'll close them up, go out of town or something, come back a day or two later and the curtains are wide open. So we know something opens the curtains.
Yeah.
So, but don't know if it's Rose or not. Just know townspeople see a lady in a white dress. And in the summer, you'll see people sitting over at the pavilion. They sit out there and watch at night.
Oh yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah.
To see if anything happens.
I would do the same. Yeah.
Yeah, the sheriff's department has a whole file in the house about
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
lights coming on and off.
I'm a retired policeman. I think
really?
maybe I ought to go take a visit over there.
The sheriff's department.
Yeah, talk to my bros.
Yeah, they have a file on this house, seeing different things happen. Like I said, all the beds are sleepable. We try to just maintain the rooms nice. All the rooms have large closets. Significance of that is back in the early 1900s, if you had a closet, it was taxed as a room. Wow. So if you had a 5-bedroom house with 5 closets, you paid taxes on a 10-bedroom house.
Oh my gosh.
So wealthy folks back then, to show off to their friends and family, were putting closets everywhere.
Yeah.
If you weren't so wealthy, you bought armoires.
Okay. Yeah.
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 So, a lot of big homes back then did not have any closets. They had back in business. So a lot of voices are caught in this room. Sometimes that horse moves. There's also a rocking horse in that corner over there, which rocks sometimes by itself. Many paranormal teams using SLS cameras have caught child-sized stick figure getting on and off that horse.
I don't have an SLS camera, but I do have the SLS ghost tube thing. But
Yeah.
you need light in order to do that.
Yeah.
So, but I can still set it up on a little tripod and leave the light on.
Oh,
You know, I mean, ghosts don't care. I mean, ghosts don't care whether it's daytime or nighttime.
No.
They don't. I've got personal experience.
Oh yeah, I used to tell people the only reason you ghost hunt at night is because it's creepier.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The music box in here turns on and off quite frequently, and actually happened last night. It started playing while everybody was downstairs, and they all came running up. And as soon as I walked through the door, they said it stopped. So kind of cool because it's a wind-up music box. It doesn't
It
just
can't.
play.
Yeah, it's not electric.
No batteries.
Okay.
So-
It's either wound up or it's not.
Exactly. You notice the curved walls? It's very
Yeah.
unique architecture.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And some of the walls are 17 inches thick. They've all hardened like concrete now.
Oh my gosh.
So you have to drill just to put a nail in. They're plaster lined, but the plaster is just hardened like concrete. So
Wow.
it gives the house a lot of strength, these curved walls.
Yeah.
It's a very unique feature. This was Asher Walton's room. Him and his wife Julia stayed in here. And this is
very nice.
yeah, it's actually a gorgeous room. This place has been a bed and breakfast twice. There's one of the signs from one of the bed and breakfasts. Both times it kind of failed. Didn't work out well for the bed and breakfast people. But I kind of see why it did. There's 5 bedrooms and 1 bathroom.
Yeah.
So not the greatest. So at the time they tried to make a second working bed, but it didn't work out. The pipes broke in the wall.
Yeah.
But
Whereas people from all over the country would come here just because of what it is now.
Yeah. Well, we have teams. We've had over 125 teams come here and stay the night now, and for the haunted experience and ghost hunting. And they, we've not had a single team stay that did not have some type of paranormal activity happen. So it happens quite often. Now Asher had a desk here, and from right here.
Well, that's a good place for it, isn't it?
Now, these are the original shutters. I try not to break them. These are all original shutters from when they were first put in. You notice the glass is wavy.
Yeah,
It's all wavy glass.
You see that? Yeah, it's
Oh yeah. It's not
not
clear. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not flat. Yeah.
It's
the-
handmade glass.
Yeah, that building over there was his general store, still standing. Across the street, he had the First Bank of Atlanta, which is now where the City Hall is. So you can see his bank over here.
Yeah, you
and
can see this one too. It's all
Yeah, it's all wavy.
Wavy,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then down at the end of the street, where the library now stands, he had a grist mill with the giant stones where they roll and make the flour.
Mhm.
And then he also had 2 lumber mills, so he could sit right here and watch his whole empire,
Wow.
which is what he did. They said
Yeah.
he sat
Good
here,
setup. Good
that
setup.
he smoked Spanish cigars all day and night and ran all his businesses. Him and his wife Julia both died in this room. Julia died
Wow.
9 years before he did.
Oh,
Hope I'm getting the years correct. 9 years, I think. And she died in this room at 3 a.m. They say she died of a broken heart because her oldest son, Edgar, had just died in the house at age 51. She also lost 2 sons at birth.
Yeah.
So when her older son died just months later, she also passed in this room. Now, 9 years later, Asher Walton died in this room at exactly 3 a.m. of just old age.
Yeah.
So, but the fact they both died at 3 a.m. is just kind of bizarre.
Yeah, it is.
Both in this room. So, but this is a very paranormally active room. We actually had to tape the drawer shut on the desk. They kept opening randomly and hitting people in the shins. And it would only happen when there was investigators in the house. They would just fly open and somebody would get hit in the shins or trip over them.
Yeah.
So I taped them all shut, and now, last night, another one, the tape broke on another one. So,
Got to put some more tape on it.
yeah, I'm gonna put some more tape on it, but they keep breaking the tape now.
Yeah.
You put like something really sticky on there, and you'll wreck the
Yeah.
wreck
So
the finish.
I think it's children opening them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
There's no reported deaths of children in the house. There is rumored to have been a child that died in the nursery and one on the front staircase. But we don't have the documentation to prove that.
Yeah.
We just can't find it anywhere. But townspeople have told us that 2 children died in the house.
Are there any relatives left in town, or
No.
are there
There's
any relatives
a great,
left at all?
There's a great niece, and I believe she's still alive. She was here 3 years ago. She was 88. So I don't really know if she's still alive or not.
Yeah.
And there is a great grandson down in Texas. And he is actually the grandson of Asher Walton's brother. So he's not actually direct connected to live in this house. But
nephew.
that's the only 2 family members I know that are alive.
Huh.
So all of them have died out. Rose Walton, I believe, lived the oldest. She was one of the daughters, and she lived, I think, to be 103.
Where's the family buried at?
Right up the street in Arcadia Cemetery.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you go up the street to Arcadia, make a left, there's a cemetery right there, and that's where they're all buried.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and downstairs in that book we actually have pictures of all the grave sites.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So, but this room used to be the nursery. So back in the day, they had a door that went out to the hallway. So they had a maid that lived in the house. She would come in through here, check on the children, go back out through there. That door would stay shut. Actually, there's 2 doors that would stay shut, which separated her from the Walton room.
Yeah.
So she was made to take care of the kids and such, but she didn't disturb Mr. and Mrs. Walton.
Mm-hmm.
So then they made it a giant walk-in closet. As you can see, we've got it filled with everything under the sun. But
It was a nice sized closet.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
it's gigantic. So, but because this is a working house, so to speak, there's a lot of personal things in here, both from the owner and my wife and I. But we still, everybody respects that. Nobody
Oh
bothers
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And so from here down at night, this end of the hall is pitch black. And I mean so dark you can't see your hand in front of your face. Pitch black. There's no light down here at all at night. And it's very ominous. This is like the most foreboding end of the house, so to speak.
Even during the day, there's
can
not a
easily
whole
imagine.
lot of light down there.
Yeah. Yeah, and when it gets dark, there's
Oh, is this was the other door too?
yeah, that was the door that went in. It's just now it's just a closet. Yeah, go ahead and look. Just a closet now, but that used to be the entry to the nursery.
Huh.
Yeah, okay.
And then Again, another bedroom with another closet. This room is not really known for a lot except voices. Adults talking and such are caught a lot in this room. So don't really know why, what the significance of that is. You notice above the room it says white, and the sign says Wallace White. That was actually put in by the bread and breakfast people. All the original glass and signs were taken down, and they changed them to their family names.
Yeah.
The people that did the bed and breakfast.
Okay.
So the original ones are taken out, except for the Walton room sign. It's still the same.
Yeah.
We'll go down this way. So the house does have a full attic. This is the entrance to the attic. That is off limits for everybody because the owner has all his personal stuff.
Oh,
But the
okay.
steps go straight up, and it is a fully floored attic the entire length and width of the house. Actually, a beautiful attic. Watch your step here. Let me turn some lights on.
Wow. Oh my gosh. And the picture here, the photo?
That is a death portrait of the current owner's great uncle Eugene. That's an actual
No
wood frame
kidding.
death portrait.
Really?
Yep. And those are very rare to see. A lot of people have
Yeah.
never even seen one.
Yeah.
But they take the picture after they die.
Yeah, I knew about that,
And then they
but
color in the eyes.
I was wondering how did they get the body to set up? And,
Most people could not afford to have their picture taken in the early 1900s
Yeah.
or 1800s. So the only time the family could get a picture of them was if the whole family one picture.
Yeah.
And it was after they were dead. They would prop them up, and their eyes, of course, would be a lot of times sewn shut, and then the artist would color in it and fabricate the eyes.
right.
So
Wow.
yeah, pretty neat, really.
Yeah.
So
Gruesome, but I can understand.
Yeah. So this was the first bathroom put in the house. So in 1828, the chambermaid died. This was her room. So they decided to put in the first bathroom to bring the outhouse inside, basically.
Yeah.
That is the original 1928 tub.
Yeah.
Probably weighs as much as an SUV.
Yep.
And then this is the original porcelain and brass 1928 sink.
Oh my gosh.
This is kind of showing what it used to look like.
Oh.
The first bed and breakfast people actually fixed this room up like it was back in the day. So that's very
that looks
similar to how it
amazing,
probably
yeah.
was.
The toilet looks like from that time too.
Yeah, it's pretty old. It's not that old, but we have it taped shut, and we have Mr. Chuckles on there, and that's to remind people do not use the toilet up here because there's no running water up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all he's for.
Now, is that because it's shut off or there's no plumbing?
Yeah, years ago when they put this shower in, the bed and breakfast people thought, well, we'll make a second bathroom because by then there was already one built downstairs. So they tried to restore this bathroom. They put plumbing behind this wall, ran downstairs. Problem is they didn't insulate it. So as soon as water
Froze,
came,
yeah.
it froze solid, it flooded the entire kitchen. So it's been cut off now. There is no
Yeah.
water up here at all. Because to do it right, you'd literally have to tear out this whole wall
Oh, yeah.
all the way down,
Mhm.
insulate it, put the piping back in.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out well for him. So now it's just a very unique room, very haunted room. A lot of people see shadow figures and such down here at the end of the hall, moving around. So it's kind of a really dark, creepy room at night, I can tell you.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I can imagine that.
Yeah. So when I say it's pitch black, it's this on the hall, like I'm not exaggerating. It's you could hold your hand right here and not see it. I mean, it's that dark down here. Very foreboding. And then this, we'll go down here. So this was the maid and servants, basically staircase. I won't say servant because it was north, there really weren't slaves or anything, but the maid and they had a coachman. So this is the staircase they were to use. Quite a unique little staircase, really.
Oh, wow.
This is for the help.
Yep, this was for the help. Come on down. And I'll show you outside here. So we do have a full patio outside with a fire pit and such out there.
Oh, okay.
So teams come in the summer, winter, they can have a little fire around.
Yeah.
You're welcome to look out there.
All right.
And they could sit outside and enjoy that.
Oh, wow, yeah, that is nice.
Yeah. Wow. Lighted and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, it's all lit. This is all lit up at night with amber lighting. So all those lights are, well, they're still on now. You can see them on the outside fence there.
Oh, yeah, around there, yeah, okay.
Lights, so the entire property's lit up with them, which is pretty cool looking at night.
I bet, yeah. Pretty sweet.
Yeah. I just built those steps a couple weeks ago, so
Okay.
the originals were too rotted, so I just tore them out and built those.
All right.
So
Cool.
So that's pretty much it. You've now seen the entire Asher Walton house.
Okay.
You like it?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I
Yeah.
would definitely love to do an investigation here. That would be.
Yeah, it is a fun
pretty cool.
house to investigate. I've investigated the entire country, literally, all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you that this house, it may not be the scariest place in the country, because I've been to some pretty scary ones. But I will say the activity here is very consistent. So this is one place you can come investigate day or night, any time of the year, and probably catch paranormal evidence. Whereas a lot of places you could go 2 or 3 times and not catch anything. This is not one of those places. So
Okay.
stuff happens here a lot, an awful lot. So I think they're just, they just want to kind of tell us that they're here, that they're aware of us, and hey, look at me, pay some attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm impressed. I mean, I'm just impressed with the work, the craftsmanship, and the history of the house. I'm just fascinated by the history.
Well, it's I know you do research for books and sets, so if
Yeah.
you find out any more history, let me know.
For sure.
So
For sure.
my wife and I have found out about everything we can find out. But I always say that, and then something new pops up. There's a haunted venue right down the street, Rhodes Hotel, which is just 2 doors down. And Rhodes, there's a connection between this house and Rhodes. Rhodes is 12 years newer than this house, but the 2 brothers here, the 2 sons, their brothers Cheryl and Edgar, in their 40s, both remarried and married 2 of the sisters, the 2 sisters, and they were related to the Rhodes family down the street.
Okay. Yeah.
So there was like a direct connection between us and the haunted hotel down there.
Huh.
So, but one time Atlanta was a very busy little town. It had like 9 brothels and 7 saloons.
Oh my God.
Dang.
So it was a pretty hopping town. It was a gangster town for years. Many gangsters came here to hide out, to live, to stay, because there was very little law at that time.
Okay. Well, that would explain the rumors about Dillinger passing through. And,
Oh yeah, Dillinger actually stayed down the street at the hotel.
That's what I heard
Okay.
about.
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
Machine Gun Kelly. There were several that stayed here. So probably just because there's lack of law.
Yeah.
And with that many brothels and saloons, I mean, Mr. Walton, they were a Christian family, and everybody says, well, he probably wasn't involved in any of that. But I kind of have a hard time believing that, because he owned so much here in town that he didn't have money involved in some of those businesses, because that would seem unlikely. Back in the day, most of
owned
the
the
town,
building
you
or something.
literally had your money and everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if he didn't, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah.
So, but other than that,
Okay.
that's it. So
Okay. Well, we
Alright.
thank you.
I so
Appreciate the
enjoyed
tour.
it. Yeah.
well, I'm going to stay and actually do a little cleaning.
Okay.
I clean after every team comes and get stuff, and I didn't do too bad picking up everything actually. But we have curtains up. We separate the rooms. When it gets really cold, it kind of keeps the heat where we need it.
Yeah.
By putting these big curtains that pull. It's an amazing house, and we hope to keep it going. The outside needs some work on the gutters and such,
Mm-hmm.
and we're getting to that, but we got to do one step at a time. So.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing with the Hannah House. They're having they're redoing investigations again now, and having of course I've been to the paranormal day at the Hannah House a couple of years in a row now and stuff. So I'm glad to see that they're taking steps to preserve the place. Because they hadn't been for quite a while.
Yeah, well, it changed owners like numerous times, just kept going from owner to owner to owner. Yeah. And I was afraid it was just going to go kind of for a while too. But it's very, people don't realize when they buy a house like this, these old houses, they're a money pit. I mean, to heat this house in the winter, it's
$1,200 completely different. The colors and the rules, the construction methods don't apply.
No, they don't. And like I said, just to heat it is $1,200 a month. In the summer, if you ran air in here, it'd be astronomical. I mean, it's we use fans, and that seems to keep it cool enough. But there was 2 air units here at one point. About those air units, how much it would cost. Just the utilities and the maintenance of these houses is just phenomenal. I mean, if you buy a house like this for a few $100,000, you better have a few $100,000 in the bank to keep it up. So it's a big investment
for sure.
And I think that's where the people that had the bed and breakfasts kind of failed. They bought it thinking they were going to take in enough money to keep the houses up, and it just didn't happen. So we're just glad we can keep it open for paranormal investigating, and plan to have it open for many, many years to come. So it's definitely a draw. Well, if you guys decide to investigate and you want to come and save a little money, if you come Sunday through Thursday, it's only $300. It's
that's what
it's a $100 deposit. If you have some friends that want to come in,
I do.
You can bring up to 12 people. So if you split that, 12 ways,
it's pretty cheap.
It's pretty cheap. It's like $25 a person. So less than that actually. So that's really the way to go. Bring a group with you, stay the night, and experience everything for yourself.
Well, I plan on asking some friends of mine, the Shadow Seekers. They're local group in Indiana.
Actually,
and Indiana Crossroads Encounters. And they're both kind of friends of mine, and I like them. They're very nice folks. So I may see if I can arrange something with them, and we can get it done. I think you'd really enjoy staying the night here. Oh, I think they would too.
I don't think anybody that's coming.
I mean, I've watched some of the other YouTube videos of people doing investigations here, and it's a very active place. They're catching all kinds of stuff. So
one that just filmed here that isn't out yet, Paranormal Nightmare, is on Amazon Prime. They just filmed here a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Josh,
Josh, the Foreman brothers.
Rocky,
they caught an enormous amount of evidence here that'll be aired, whenever the episode's done. But they stayed the night, and they really had a interesting time, let's say.
I like the Foreman brothers. I like their show.
Yeah, they got a little surprised after they went to bed, and they all got woke up simultaneously by.
Well, this is Mr. I'm not going to sleep in a haunted house.
Well, no, I probably won't go to sleep. I would stay awake. I'm not going to sleep.
They all went to sleep about I think about 3:30 or 4, and about 4:30, every alarm, every gadget they had went off simultaneously in the house, and they all were awake the rest of the night.
I'm gonna be wide awake. I'm not going to sleep. No.
But sleeping upstairs is an interesting experience because, once it gets quiet, you'll hear the children in the hall. You'll hear voices, thumps and bangs, and doors creaking open and closing. And it's just a plethora of paranormal stuff that happens. So.
Okay.
Keep you awake.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the tour. Appreciate it. Absolutely.
And coming over.
Hopefully sometime here soon we can come and do an investigation of this place.
We'd love to have you.
We're going to start working on it right away.
Absolutely.
Well, let's begin to start with because you'll have heat, fresh coffee, water, chips.
Sounds good.
Just got
Absolutely.
snacks here.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and we
You're
appreciate your time.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys take care.
All right, you as well.
We're heading back to Indianapolis.
Travel.
Well, that's the Asher Walton house, built in 1868. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and hopefully we can make arrangements to get back here for an investigation. And I'm looking forward to it. Like I say, they do have a lot of activity here in the house, and there are videos on YouTube of that back door opening by itself, and you can see that the outside door is shut and there's nobody there. So I'm definitely intrigued and looking forward to it. So that's going to do it for the tour of Asher Walton House. I'd like to remind you to like, share, and subscribe to Asa Swift's Haunted Places. And if you get the chance, check out my website, asaswift.com. Check out some of the books that I've written, and some of my short horror stories, and several anthologies available. All of it is available on Amazon.com. And if you don't buy from Amazon.com, you might even find me at a paranormal convention somewhere selling them. So for Asa Swift's Haunted Places, I'm getting out of here. Going to check out some other interesting adventures. So remember, haunted places can sometimes reveal haunted faces. So until next time, I'm Asa Swift. See you later. Well, no investigation would be complete without a trip to the cemetery in regards to the Asher G. Walton house. And so we are here at the Arcadia Cemetery to do just that, pay our respects to the Walton family. Their home was beautiful. There wasn't a whole lot of tragedy other than she did lose 2 newborns, but she did, he and his wife had children that lived a long time and gave them grandchildren, so that's nice. And I'm glad they got something, some more out of life than a lot of people did, especially back in those days. So we're here just to show you the family is buried out here, and to pay our respects to Asher G. Walton and his family. There's Julia.
Got some coins on there.
At least they got grandkids. And that's nice. I'm glad for them. Edgar, the brother. I don't know, that might have been his wife, Edgar's wife, I don't know. Junior. It's their marriages, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Rose. Here she got married to
1965.
Cleve.
Wow, she was 98.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good
lived
for
in
you, Rose.
1965.
Good for you.
Holy cow.
She got to see from 1863, born before this or during the Civil War, and she got to live to see 1965, modern cars and everything. Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, look at that one. Look at the name on that one.
Yeah, well, you remember they
They've got,
were rated. There was
yeah.
this is in connection to the Rhodes Hotel. This is the Rhodes Hotel family here, and so the Rhodes Hotel and the Walton family definitely they had some marriage relations there. So the two are connected in that way. Look at this. Wow. He served in the Marine Corps in World War I and World War II.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
US Marine Corps, World War I.
Asher Walton Van Cleve.
1898.
Wow. 1978.
And he lived to be 80. That was pretty good.
Thank you for your service, sir. That's amazing that you served in both world wars. I salute you.
Wow.
Died when I was 18.
Yeah.
I don't know what this. I don't know the story on this, but she's with the family, so I don't know. But we do know that it's that it was a good family, and there are some distant relatives left alive, for sure. If there's more, we don't know. Wow. So anyway, I just wanted to bring you out here to show that we're paying our respects to the Walton family, and of course to show you the connection between the Walton family and the Rhodes Hotel. That's another place that we'd like to go to and check out, the Rhodes Hotel. I don't know what the cost is and whatever. I do know that a couple of the groups I'm affiliated with, they've been there and done investigations there. I would like to go. I haven't been there yet, so I would like to do that. There's a lot of places I'd love to go. The cameraman agrees. He would like to go too. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that we did pay our respects to the family, and show them where they were buried and how they lived and where they lived. And all in all, it looks like they were pretty lucky, pretty doggone lucky. And Asher G. Walton, he owned a lot of places. He had a kind of a little empire in Atlanta, Indiana. So, but you know, there's no one says anything bad about the family. The family is a good family, and they had fairly long lives, and generally, and so I feel nothing but happiness for them, and it's too bad all folks can't have that same kind of success in life. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll probably be including this with the investigation video that we plan on doing at the Asher G. Walton house. So I'm not going to make any big to-do outro or whatever. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.